Hello, hello. Happy Monday to all of you, my lovelies. This is Roxanne Carn, personal wardrobe stylist, and welcome to Hot Happenings, my weekly style scoop. Hope you're all doing well, had a beautiful weekend, and that your Monday is off to a great start. I know mine is. Gosh, we've been really, it's funny because summertime is usually a slower time of the year for us, generally speaking, because clients are going on vacation, people are out doing things, people are just gone, okay? And so we're starting to experience that, but we always remain busy here. There's always something to do, and we actually just came off the back of my trunk show, my most recent trunk show for Lafayette 148, which was exciting. If you tuned in 2 weeks ago, you would have seen me go live and go through all of my favorite pieces, which there were quite a lot. So hopefully you got to tune in and, check out the links that I shared to buy your favorites. But yeah, we came off the back of that. We had a really great client fitting last week, this past Saturday, actually, or Friday with a new client. It's always so fun when I've got my first fitting with a new client because they don't really know what to expect since I hand pick everything for them. And it's just a fantastic afternoon of just being, the belle of the ball, trying on all these beautiful clothes, mixing and matching, creating different looks, and really hitting the mark and hitting the different aspects of the lifestyle that I'm concentrating on for that particular lady. So yeah, this Friday was a really really good fitting, lots of wins, and more importantly, just my client walking away feeling so amazing in the clothes that she said yes to, and just really embracing her body. This particular client is a young mom. She is a career professional. Beautiful, beautiful lady. So sweet, loving husband. Her husband. I mentioned this a few shows ago. I love it when I have clients whose husbands are like in their corner when it comes to style and investing in their wardrobe, and he is one of them. So he was kind of with her the entire um, way in her journey to get to me and has really been supportive throughout the process. So, yeah, overall, it was fantastic. And then also, we have been, with our new home, we're coming up on a year living here in August. Can't believe how quickly time goes by. And, we're still continuing with, renovating and cosmetically renovating all of pretty much almost all of the rooms in the home. And this is still a working space right here. We still have two different paint colors going on. But it takes time. It takes time and it takes money, right? So we're slowly working through that. But I'm excited because we just recently, this weekend, got a great piece of granite slab that we're going to be replacing in that wet bar. And I've got my backsplash picked out, and we're going to be repainting those cabinets. So this background in a few weeks is going to look a little bit different in the wet bar area. So yeah, so that's what's been going on here. And for those of you that are perhaps watching and tuning in for the first time, I am Roxanne Carn, am a personal wardrobe stylist for women. I am based in Dallas, Texas, but we have clients that we work with here as well as all over the country, both in person and virtually. And I'm just really, I say this all the time, I'm like a broken record, but I'm really blessed to do this type of work and helping women realize their worth from a sartorial standpoint, getting their wardrobes in order so that they can get their lives in order. That is what I'm all about. And it's been beautiful that I've been able to do this for now going on 11 and a half years. So if you're new, welcome to Hot Happenings, my weekly show where I just kind of share my thoughts and musings on everything related to fashion and style. And I would welcome you if you have any questions to definitely drop them in the comment section for me, either commenting on what I'm talking about here in the show or what topics you would like to have covered down the line. This show is more about you and not me. So I really welcome all your feedback. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, right? Got to do the plug. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like the video because it will help it push it out there to others that you think would enjoy this content. And do share. We get a lot of shares on our content. on Shorts and on TikTok and Instagram. And I would love to have that love here on YouTube as well. So make sure to share with your network. Okay. All right. So let's get into things because I have a meeting at the top of the hour. I'm going to try to get through as many of the segments as I planned for us today before 1 o'clock Central Time. So I want to talk about first, I want to give some tips on dining etiquette. And this really has come about really just from recent dining experiences that my husband and I have had, or myself and my assistant, or me and friends. I don't know what is going on, folks, okay? But people are just I don't know if people just don't know where they're going. They don't know how to show up. They need a stylist. And this isn't necessarily in terms of just clothing, but I mean presence. I am really just seeing, and we'll get to this in a moment, a little bit further in the show, but from a day to day going out, eating, how you carry yourself, what you're doing when you're eating, all of this matters, okay? All of it matters. I don't care if you're going to a fast food joint or, fine dining. And the points I'm making are going to be more for kind of more toward fine dining. But I really think wherever you go, whatever you do, you need to always be putting your best foot forward, hands down. So I compiled a list, and this is not in any particular order, to be honest. But I just kind of thought about these different things that I've been seeing again and again. So I want to give you an overview of some to dos to keep in mind when it comes to dining and dining etiquette. Okay. All right. So the first one, of course, I'm a stylist, so I'm going to start out with clothing. Ladies, we need to dress the part. Okay, when you're going out to eat at a restaurant, a nice restaurant, nice again, all the way up to fine dining, please dress the part. Do not come to a fine dining establishment in your sweatpants, in some ratty old t-shirt, jeans that are like ripped to the nines. And I do like a ripped jean, okay? That's me. But I would never wear that to a fine dining establishment, okay? We need to wear clothes that represent our best selves, because in that environment, you never know who you're going to run into. Here in Dallas, it's happened to me a few times. The longer that I've been living here, which is now going to be almost 6 years, I sometimes run into people that I know that are already seated or they're on their way out, and we see each other. You just never know who you're going to run into, right? But just apart, let's have a little bit of class, right? And keep things elevated. When you're going to a fine dining experience, even some restaurants, which I totally agree with, I think more should have dress codes, but some of them have dress codes. You know, some of them have no jeans, some of them have no shirts, no sandals, no slip-ons, things like that. We just really need to notch it up more because I'm just seeing so much nonsense, especially as it relates to women and how they are dressing when they're going out for dining. So dressing the part is super important. Next, number two, eating when you're eating soup. This is from an etiquette course that I took several years ago at the Plaza in New York. And one of the things I remember the most was how to eat soup correctly. Okay. So you have the bowl in front of you. When you put the spoon into the bowl, you're not supposed to just take the spoon. I don't have a spoon here, but we'll just pretend this is a spoon, right? You're not supposed to take the spoon and put it like right up to your mouth like this. You're actually supposed to go out and come back. Reason being, if there's anything that's going to drip, it's going to kind of drip on the bowl first before it gets to you. So the rhyme that comes with it is out to sea and back to me. Okay. So when you're eating soup, you have your spoon, you get your soup in the spoon, and you go out and come back in. That also allows a little bit of time for cooling. So you're not going to be like blowing on a hot, blowing on your hot soup, and then creating more of a splatter. You don't want that. That's not fine dining etiquette. That's not even dining etiquette where should be blowing. But you're supposed to go again out to sea and back to me. All right. So we want to make sure that we're doing that when we're eating soup. Okay. Number three, when it comes to dining and utensils, right? You want to go from the outside in. So the salad fork is on the outside. Then you've got your main course fork and knife. You usually have the soup on the outside. It really isn't order of the courses, but you start from the outside of your place setting. So if you have your plate right here, you're not going to start with what's inside, like right next to the plate. You're going to start with what's furthest away and work your way in. Now, there are a lot of restaurants that will just give you what you need, right? And they will come and take it away and put a new set down. That makes it very easy. You don't have to think about it. But if you do sit at a place setting, whether it's a party that you're going to or something, again, it's a little bit more formal, you always remember that you're going to start from the outside in. If memory serves me, dessert spoons are up at the top of the plate. So, you're not just grabbing the soup spoon or whatever, you're going to take the spoon that's at the top. So outside in always. Oh gosh, this is another one. Number four. This is one that I saw recently, and it was a woman that was doing it too. She was at the table, finished her meal, got a toothpick, and then like grabbed the toothpick and just started going to town in her teeth. Like at the table, I was mortified to say the least because I was just like, what is this woman doing? You are not at home. Even if you're at home, you shouldn't be doing that at the table, okay? Excuse yourself. Excuse yourself and do it. So I just had to laugh and I was just like, why are we thinking that this is appropriate and okay to do? Okay. I just watched her and she just was just, digging out whatever got caught in. I don't know what was in there. It was not attractive. Okay. That is not a good look. So no, no, no picking teeth at the table. If you must get something from your tooth, right? If it's uncomfortable or whatnot, you have a toothpick, then to get the napkin and put it up to your face to cover yourself and be discreet about it. Or what I would do, I would go to the bathroom, okay, and do it in the restroom. So that's a big thing. No teeth picking at a table. Okay. Okay. The next one, number five, is your napkin placement. So a lot of times when we go to restaurants, I've got a napkin here. Sometimes we'll see them like, they may be folded up nicely. Sometimes they'll have, if you're doing kind of a more casual place, they usually have your utensils like wrapped in it and you undo it. But whatever shape or form it comes in, what you want to do is open your napkin, and if it doesn't come in a rectangle or whatnot, just fold it in a rectangle. Okay. So this particular um, napkin I have is square size. All right. So what we want to do is going to fold that in half. Okay. And then we're going to drape it on our lap. So I'm going to stand up for you just to show you. You're going to drape it this way on your lap. Okay. And it will sit there for the entire meal. Basically what you're not going to do is take this, put it in a diamond, and like put it down in here. Okay. Right. You're an adult. You're not wearing a bib. We don't need to be doing this. We're going to eat like adults. So you take the napkin again and you place it on your lap. So as you're eating, what you want to do, if food happens, or sauce or something happens to get on your lip and you need to dab, what you do is that you take the napkin, and the side that is facing up, you're going to peel that up, and then you'll take that and dab. So no wiping, no aggressive movements with the napkin. Okay, you're just going to dab, 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 right, to get whatever it is off. Okay. and then put it back down. The reason why you take it, try to get it here, you do it from the top, and you don't do the bottom, is that the bottom is what is actually touching your clothing. Okay. So the last thing that you want is for the layer that is resting on your clothes to get soiled with the food, with your lipstick, makeup, whatever may come off. So you always want to do it on the layer that is facing up. Okay. So that's really, really important. And you keep your napkin there on your lap the entire time. And just, as needed when you need to use it, you talk, yep, dab, 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 take care of business, and that's fine. Okay. So that's important. Number six is going to the restroom. So when you go to the restroom, of course, you excuse yourself. But what you do is then you take your napkin, and then the correct thing to do, let me put my little blanket back up here. The correct thing to do is actually to take your napkin and drape it over your chair, and walk away. And then that means that the waiter, the party knows that you are coming back. Okay. A lot of times people will just take it and like put it on their table. Um, I mean, you can do that, but proper etiquette is that you actually take the napkin and then you drape it on your chair. And then when you come back, you get your napkin all sorted and place it, boom, right back on your lap. All done. Okay. So remember that. Number seven, again, this is related to actually eating. Please eat with your mouth closed. Okay. The person that you're sitting with across the table, your guests across the table, people that you may be meeting for the first time, whomever is at that table, mm-mm. They do not want to see all of what's in your mouth. So please refrain from talking, with your mouth full, first of all. But when you are eating, just eat with your mouth closed, please. Just close it on up. All right. And be, sometimes, and we've all had this happen when someone will like ask us a question, like right as we take a bite. All you have to do is say, give me a moment, do a little smirk or something, chew. Or if you do have to say something, then all you need to do is take your napkin up and put it in front of your face. And I do this because I talk a lot. Put it in front of your face. And then, hey, Yasmin, one of my beautiful clients, Yasmin, just piped in. um, Let me see. Um, so you just cover your mouth with your napkin and talk. And then once you're finished talking, then put it down. Again, this is when you have food in your mouth, because then we don't have to go through all the rigmarole of everybody seeing everything that's in your mouth. Okay. So I think that's super important. Um, let's see here. What do I have next? Number eight. Oh, yeah, this is a good one. And this happened recently too. I'm telling you, all these examples are things that I literally have seen within the past several weeks. Um, when you go to a fine dining establishment, then I would refrain from bringing children. Okay. And I would say children that are like toddler, children that are of the age where they are like fidgeting. Okay, it's not stylish to have kids on the table running amok. So case in point, my husband and I, we went a few weeks ago to a restaurant here in Dallas called North Italia. They had opened up online, not online, they'd opened up at the Galleria Dallas. And we were invited to a preview the weekend before they opened. We were invited to go and test everything out. It was a really lovely experience. We had a great time. The food was amazing. Anyway, so we were there, and then we went back because we liked it. We went back and we were at another event that was elsewhere in the mall. And then we said, you know what, we're going to have dinner here. So we were watching, we were just kind of, people watching and all that. And then the, I see a couple walk in and they have these kids. Now, North Italia, at that location, I mean, it's pretty swanky. It's pretty nice. It's mainly like business people, elevated. It's a nice little spot. Okay. So I see, and mind you, this was about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Okay. We had gone to the event and then we went to dinner. And in walks a couple, young couple that had, I think, two or three children, and they were all under like the age of six. One of them was probably like two or something. And of all places, where were they seated? Of course, right next to us, right at the booth. Now, I remember just kind of being taken aback when I saw it, because first of all, I was like, what time is it? It's late. Like what? These kids, and it was a Thursday night, and I was and this this is before school was out. I was like, these kids should be in bed. They need to be getting ready for school tomorrow. Why are they at a restaurant like this time of night? So that's problem number one. And then problem number two is, um, they were a little rambunctious, kind of, every now and then, screaming out a little bit, and the parents are trying to calm them down and whatnot. And I'm just like, and looking around, like none of this nonsense is going on anywhere else in the restaurant, okay? And I'm just like, there's a time and a place, okay? You can take your kid to a family friendly restaurant. There are tons of them out there, TGI Fridays. Then you got the specialty ones that are from the kids, that the Chuck E. Cheeses of the world, things like that. Um, Family restaurants all day, every day. I mean, yesterday, Michael, or over the weekend, Michael and I went to Lazy Dog. That's one of our um, favorite casual restaurants. Very much family. We had an infant next to us. And it was fine because that was the environment. It's a family. Like if I'm stepping into that environment, I'm okay with it. That's what I'm expecting. I expect you to also keep control of your kids, regardless of what type of restaurant we're going in. But if you're in fine dining, do not bring the kids. Don't bring the kids. That should have been date night for mom and dad. Get the babysitter hooked up, okay? So I just thought that was again not the time or place. And every once in a while, like one of the kids would erupt, and it just kind of like it didn't completely ruin our dining experience, but it definitely accented it. And we took notice of it. So I think as a courtesy to others, if you have children, you need to take them to restaurants that are appropriate. Okay. That is so, so important. So no kids in fine dining. They need to be able to hold their own. They need to to be able to behave properly, and not scream and all that jazz. All right. Okay. Number nine, and I have 10, so we're almost done. Number nine is leave a generous tip. Okay. So I don't know. I When it comes to service, obviously, if you get poor service, you should tip accordingly. But for the most part, people give good service, and I just don't think that you should cheap out on that. Especially if you're eating in a fine dining establishment. 20%, 15 to 20% is what's considered a good tip. I honestly usually do 20% for good service. Because I get it. But don't cheap out. If you get good service, please reward the server, because guess what? They're standing all day. It is not easy being a waiter or waitress. Okay, they're standing all day. They're busting these food back and forth to tables. They're checking on everybody, and they don't make a lot of money. They make less than minimum wage because it is in food service, right? In the waiter waitress capacity, they're not making a lot of money hourly. So their livelihood is based on what they make in tips. So don't be that guy or that gal, and not tip well. Tip the person well, and a lot of times, especially if they're someone that has been there for a while, they remember you and they will go above and beyond for you. Oh, this drink isn't on the menu anymore. Dang, I was really hoping I would get that. Oh, no worries. I'll get them to make it for you. We've had that happen before, right? With regulars. So yeah, tip generously. Don't be cheap. And then last one, number 10, don't be loud. So Michael and I also experienced this at another restaurant where we were, again, in a more fine dining establishment, and a group of guys came in, and they were, I would say, kind of businessmen, basically. And it was the end of the day. They were just a little bit rambunctious. I don't know if they hit the bar before coming to the restaurant. And you can see they were having a good time, but there were times where they got like really loud with their roaring laughter. And again, it just kind of, you know, I'm talking to my husband and he can't hear what I'm saying because these people over here are screaming, right? Let's just take everybody else into account, okay? So when we're thinking about dining and style, like we want to make sure that we are kind of following these rules of etiquette. One of the bedrocks of style is grace and how you treat others. And it extends beyond just your home. It extends on, the things you do, the places you go. So keep that in mind. So I hope those 10 tips were helpful. Definitely give me a thumbs up in the comments if you're able to, if you like that. And I'd love to know, like, what crazy things have you been seeing in restaurants lately? Because I know I'm not the only one. And I'm not someone that goes around like looking for problems, but I find the older that I get, I'm more and more in tune and aware. And you know, shit just gets on my nerves, right? It just gets on my nerves, and I'm just like, I've never acted like this. Like, why? Like, are people being raised by wolves? Like, I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's a generational thing. Although the guys that I was just telling you about, they were like our age or maybe a little bit older. But yeah, we need to take care. So anyway, drop a comment in the comment section with any crazy things that you've seen in restaurants lately, as it relates to dining etiquette, behavior, eating, all that good stuff. Okay. All right. Okay. So next, I just want to remind you to book your style intensive with me if you are in a space where you are looking to really get a hold of your wardrobe, really start dressing for your body, really start dressing for your lifestyle, right? This is what I do every single day with my clients, and I want to be able to help you. All you need to do is just go to my website, roxannecarn.com/contact, or click on the contact page, and then you click on the calendar where you can book your style intensive. The style intensive, it is an investment of $50, okay? But that $50 is applied to any service that you decide that you want to choose. The style intensive, it's a 1 hour virtual session where we go really, really deep and break down what is getting in the way of you looking and feeling your best, and also together put together a framework of what a path forward actually looks like and what that could mean for you. I've experienced, or I've had ladies experience a lot of tears in the style intensive, because it's like a style therapy session. Okay, I'm not a therapist, but our session is just like therapy. But that's okay, because we're finally getting some truths and just baggage that we carry that we don't really talk about with anyone else. So it's a private, confidential setting, but we're breaking it all apart so we can put it back together and get it in a package that makes sense for you. So I will make sure that in the show notes that I include the link to my calendar, where you can book directly on my calendar, or you can go to my website. But if you have any questions, you can always drop a comment in the comment section below. Okay. All right, moving right along. Let me look at the time. We've got like 15 minutes left. Okay. So I want to share my Fab Find of the Week with you. And this is a segment where I find, I've come across something pretty cool that I want to share with you that's on sale. And Yeah, let's jump into it. So let me switch to my desktop here and show you. Let me get this over here. I've got all these screens up, ladies. Okay, so this is a Maggie London dress, so a cocktail dress. Okay, it's called the Illusion Yoke Crepe Cocktail Dress. This one is in black. Um, I actually came across it this morning because I was actually looking for something else to show you, and I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, it's such a great buy. The normal price, as you can see here, is $148, but it's on sale for $103.60. Again, I will include a link to this dress, but this is beautiful. And I'm a little bit biased because I actually own this dress in red. I'll show it to you in a moment, but it has this beautiful illusion yoke right here at the top of the dress on the front and the back. We've got a beautiful V-neck in the back and a nice zip going right down the center. And it is a sheath dress, so it is fitted through the waist, hips, and just has a nice slender, almost pencil skirt to it. A really, really great piece that you can wear year round. You know, here in Dallas, it gets super duper hot. Oh my gosh, it gets so hot. Um, but this something like this would work for cocktail attire, especially with having the illusion yoke at the top. And the color. So I'm going to show you the one that I have. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll see you'll know that I have different TV spots. I actually wore this dress on one of my TV spots. So let me show it to you here. So this is the same Maggie London dress that I just showed you in black. This is it in red. Okay. Now, this is not my red. I'll tell you that right up front. I think I've talked about this before, but this is a dress I actually originally got for an American Heart Association fashion runway show that I attended back when I lived in the Washington, D.C. area. So, of course, you know, they asked everyone to wear red. So I got this dress. This dress, no lie, is probably about 7 years old. So I share this with you because you're like, oh my gosh, the dress is 7 years old and it's still available on sale. This is one of Maggie London's most popular styles. And it's just because it's completely classic. I mean, it's a beautiful dress. You saw it in the black. Um, and with care, you know, it will last you a lifetime. I've had this for the better part of nearly a decade now, or a few years away from being 10 years old. And you know, I wore it as recent as last year for a Valentine's television segment that I was doing. So yeah, so check out. I'll make sure I have that link in our chat. I'll pin it to the top of the chats as well as put it in the description. But that is a really good buy at 40% off. And it's really, it's crepe. It's a heavy crepe. It's got some nice quality. Absolutely love it. Okay, that's my Fab Find. And we just have a few minutes left. I just want to share this weekly segment that I do, What's in My Closet, where I share a particular piece from my closet that I love, which is pretty much everything. But yeah, this is what I got for you this week. So this is my Fendi. It's called the Fendi F shoe, and the reason is the heel. So look at the sculptural heel right here. But if you flip it upside down, it's like the letter F, right? So completely innovative in this style. And it's a wedge, okay? And I have to tell you, this is one of my most comfortable shoes, believe it or not, because I mean, it's pretty much like a wedge shoe. It's got a wider base and you're not on a stiletto, right? You're not on a stiletto heel, so you've got balance. It's so easy to wear. And this particular one has kind of like a tri gold, actually it's silver. So we've got a little bit of silver here. We have a gold strap here. And then this is more of a rose gold. And then this one is more of like a gunmetal right here, right? And oh yeah, and then the sculptural heel is a rose gold color. Really, really, really beautiful shoe. I have it in this design and or colorway, and I also have another one in that's black and gunmetal and gray. That one's really cool too. I think so far I've actually put this color to use more than the black one, believe it or not. But I absolutely love this shoe. Now, originally, this was going to be my fab find of the week for this week because over the weekend I saw that Nordstrom had it on sale for $200. This shoe, I think I probably paid about 700 or 800 bucks for, especially because of the metallic leather. Um, so that was a really good buy. But the shoe, this was spring 2023. So it's a year old. It's a past design. It goes, Fendi does not go on sale like Fendi proper, but you can find it at places like Nordstrom every once in a while, a good buy. So it was originally a fab find of the week. But when I went to pull it up this morning to prep for the show, it was already sold out, which I'm not surprised by. That was a really great price. But I just love unique pieces like this. It's always a talking point, and it's just fun to wear. And but most of all, it's comfortable. It's a comfortable shoe. Sometimes with the certain designer shoes, sometimes they may look amazing, but wearing them is a whole different story. So I know I'm very particular about what shoes I buy and the comfort level. But this is just a beautiful, beautiful shoe all around. Okay, so that's what's in my closet. All right, so I I had one more segment, but I'm going to save that for next week because I need to prepare for my next meeting in 6 minutes. But I want to thank you for joining me today. I know today was more of a quick show, which is fine. I definitely love having the opportunity to connect with you each week. And I see Yasmin actually dropped a comment. Um, Yasmin said this was in relation to our dining etiquette segment. She says, "Don't know if you mentioned this, but why are people wearing workout clothes to eat?" Yes, exactly. Like, I'm going to put a star next to that. Yes, Yasmin, exactly. Why are people wearing workout clothes? I don't know. I just think that right now people just don't give a damn. They'll, I mean, I'm seeing it all the time. People just throw on clothes and roll out like they don't have a care in the world. But yeah, I've definitely seen workout clothes. And it's not like if you're going to McDonald's or something like that, or even a Panera, although you know what I mean, like something that's like quick and in and out. Fair enough. It could be on your way to something, away from something. That's fine. But like to sit down and like eat. And I see a lot of men wear a lot of sports wear, like active wear. They'll wear those shorts, kind of the Bermuda shorts, but the sportswear version to restaurants. And I'm like, this is not a look. Can we please stop the nonsense? So yeah, Yasmin, thank you for that comment. Yeah, how about it? Like, why are people doing it? I don't know. I don't know. But I want to wish you a fantastic week ahead. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more updates. You can join me next week at 12 noon Central Time on Monday. And if you again have any topics that you want me to cover, you can drop a comment section here on this channel, or you can also DM me directly at Instagram. So follow me here, Instagram. Send me a DM with what you'd like for me to talk about, and I'll be happy to include it in an upcoming show. Have a great week, you all, and I will see you next Monday. Bye for now.